And welcome in, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Well, probably not boys and girls. Everybody of drinking age. Well, I guess anybody else could probably listen to it. It doesn't have to even be that.
Could.
Andy Beckstrom, along with Sean Field, joined by Lee Ankrum here today. New episode of Two Guys and Beer podcast. Glad you could join us out here in the Beer Cast studio.
That works.
I like it. We'll go with that. That sounds good enough for me. Joined, as I mentioned here, Lee Ankrum from 320 Brewing in Pine City. Glad you could join us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming on. We appreciate your time to come on.
We were kind of joking a little bit before that we've been kind of planning this for quite some time. It just, we had the snowstorm, and then there was a Vikings game, and then the Super Bowl, and it was kind of like, what's the next thing that's going to happen?
I think it was like January last year, or this year, I guess, but like last winter.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah, priorities come up.
Yep, absolutely. But hey, we got it going, and we got it here, so we're all set to go. So we're talking 320 Brewing in Pine City, Minnesota, and Lee joining us today, kind enough to be able to do that. Many different kinds of beers. Do you have an idea of kind of what you have here? If you can kind of take us through, or give us kind of an idea of some of the beers, and then we'll kind of hit the best part of the. I guess my opinion, the best part of the
cracking them and drinking them.
Yeah. Sure. So the first one I see right there is called Pontoon Cowboy. It's kind of like a Belgian wit, but call it a white ale, a little bit more Americanized, just a lighter than Blue Moon is what I've been telling people. And that's kind of been our like summertime crusher. Serves with an orange slice in the tap room. So yeah, brewed the last batch of it. I think we're almost on the last keg of it. So summer's going away, so is that beer.
Okay. I was just going to ask that question. Is that a seasonal beer for you? Then?
Yeah. We just started in the beginning of the summer this year, and it's been crushing. So.
All right.
In the middle there in that orange can, we got Oktoberfest. Just released that first day of Oktoberfest, which was just last Saturday. So yeah, a lot of people bring their Oktoberfest out way too early, in my opinion. I like to keep it traditional.
Sure.
So that one got released last Saturday. Tasting real good. Philly Toothpicks is a pale ale that I opened up with that I'm really proud of. It's got Cascade CGX, which is just kind of like a hyperized Cascade, and Simcoe, which are just like old school hop, new school hop, goes together with kind of a classic pale ale. I say it's Sierra Nevada on steroids.
All right, nice.
One of the white cans is a juicy IPA that just came out called Mind Burst. Juicy is this kind of vague term that's in between hazy and West Coast. So it's still got a decent amount of IBUs on it, but it's not dry your mouth out kind of bitterness. It's, you're going to want another sip, but you don't need to, I guess. In the middle there.
I'll need to. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
In the middle there, we got a New Zealand Pilsner. So it's a dry hopped with New Zealand hops. I worked with a guy out of Malacca who used to have his own hop farm, and now he's doing hop selection for people. So it's kind of like a hop broker. So these New Zealand hops I got to pick when they were picked in the harvest, I guess. So they were both mid-pick, Motueka and Nelson Sauvin, which means they're danker, I guess. So that was a cool collab that I did with Pantown and St. Cloud. So he used a new experimental West Coast hop, and I used some New Zealand hops. Yeah, but at the same exact base, so you can go there, drink a West Coast Pils, and come to 320 and drink a New Zealand Pils. Different, but very similar.
Nice.
Then we got a porter called Coffee Coconut Happy Life Porter. Another beer that I opened up with that went really well. Always like the flavors of coffee and coconut together. Old ownership used to do a Happy Life or a Happy Wife Porter. I am not married. So
I was going to ask if there was a relation to that. So I guess that kind of makes sense.
I had to change the name up a little bit. Otherwise, I'd get confused.
Well, Sean, I'll let you pick. I'll let you pick first. I have my mind on a couple of them, but I'll let you pick first.
I have my mind on two of them too. I was going to let you pick and take the rest, but I'm really interested in the Pontoon one and the Oktoberfest, but I think I'm going to steal the Oktoberfest out of there because I really like Oktoberfest beers. So
I was going to take this juicy IPA over here.
So we weren't even close.
Yeah, so that actually works out. The Pontoon Cowboy was going to be kind of my backup on that one.
Pontoon Cowboy, yeah.
Generally speaking, I think me and Sean are mostly kind of IPA, not exclusively, but that's a lot of what we tend to drink.
Sure.
So. I'm definitely looking forward to that. My brother-in-law especially is going to be looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, last year, Andy and I actually went to Oktoberfest in Germany.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that was a blast.
Yeah.
So much fun. Have you ever had a chance to go out there or any Oktoberfest festivals that are
I went to probably 6-7 years ago. I went to Oktoberfest. I just went for one day and then got to kind of travel around Germany.
Sure.
Went to a couple different places, but yeah, blast.
It is so much fun. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, but it opened at 10. And with it 10:05, everybody's already got beer in their hand, having a good time. I'm like, this is fun as heck, man.
It was absolutely a
Nobody
blast.
cares. Everybody's just sloshing beer, singing, having a good time.
Yep.
Even by the end of the day, that was a remarkable thing. In a way, how do I describe it? In a way, it was almost kind of reminded me of the biggest brewery ever from the standpoint of I remember you had mentioned Malacca before. At one point, they were talking about putting a brewery in Malacca, but they needed to rezone. It's like one building on the corner of a block, and it's in the middle of town, and they would zone for the entire block. So obviously, it become residential because this construction company went out of business, I don't know, 50 years ago or something like that.
Okay.
Really cool looking building. But they couldn't get it rezoned because everybody would go to the council meetings and be like, no, we don't need another bar in town, and people driving like crazy and stuff like that. And I'm like, have you ever been to a brewery? Like, and that's kind of what, like, Oktoberfest is to me a gigantic, obviously, drinking beer party.
Yeah.
But, like, nobody's there causing problems. Nobody's getting in fights. They're not doing anything too wild. They're just like, you know what? Let's have some more good times. So,
Did you guys do any of the rides when you were there? I just learned about all of these because, like, I didn't see them when I was there. I was just there for one day. But, yeah, there's, like, a wheel basically, like, on, like, this, but a little bit bigger, and it starts spinning, and it goes faster and faster.
Yeah.
And the last person on, like, wins, I guess.
we've seen some of those. There's one, isn't it like a
on the conveyor belt
thing that goes like
on this conveyor belt that's spinning like this. Yeah.
And isn't there one that like goes uphill too, or something like that?
uphill,
Like we've seen some of those too, and we're like, oh, we're gonna do those, and I don't think we found them. And by the time we thought of it at the end of the night, it would have been a terrible idea. We would have been some of the TikTok videos.
There were too many leaders in at that point, but no, we didn't even find them or look for them. But yeah, we saw the videos of them, and that was the whole plan. Oh, let's go do that. It'd be a great time. Yeah, we never got that far.
If you ever see the short that we had done, we did a live short out there, and at the time, in my mind, it seemed like, no, this went really well. This is really good. And it came out a little bit later, and I rewatched it back, and I'm kind of like, it was. We were a few liters in. At that point. So
it was a good time. Well, let's get this thing cracked open and try it.
So the best part, I guess, in our opinion, we like to crack fresh on air.
Oh,
there's probably a lot of beer in the
probably
the mics, but it's okay. It's fine. It's not the worst things to be in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that is good. I like that a lot. Definitely get the hops with that. It's not, like super overwhelming, like a huge IPA, but it's got the right, I feel like it's got the right amount of hops. I can definitely tell what you're saying, that it's kind of that juicy where it's kind of in between, a little bit of that flavor, a little bit on each side. That's really good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I really like this Oktoberfest too. And I'm not just saying that because you're sitting in our chair with us. Kind of critical of Oktoberfest beer because they can change such a crazy amount of difference between them. I'll tell you, my favorite Oktoberfest is Shell's.
Oh, yeah.
I think I would match this with Shell's. Not like the same flavor, but as a number one favorite choice of all the Oktoberfest beer I've had, this would be my number one, tied with Shell's, in my opinion.
I love
super goodly and really freaking good. Like, I want a bunch more.
Well, I know where we can
soon.
get it. I know where
I'll
we
be
can
stopping
get it.
in soon before you stop brewing this, for sure.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah, it turned out really good last year. I'm like also critical. Like a lot of Oktoberfest I don't even like. So I researched the shit out of it and came up with this recipe. Turned out really well last year. And I was like, well, we're doing the exact same thing. Not changing a thing.
So is this the only time you brewed it? Was this year and last year? Because we know you've been brewing and brewmaster at other breweries before you purchased 320. Is this the first, your own?
I think I took like a couple of things, but like I think the biggest driver in that beer is the yeast.
Sure.
So I use Bach yeast, which I've had, like a couple of friends have used Bach yeast in Oktoberfest, and I was like, I like that better than some of the more traditional yeast choices. So yeah, I did that, and so I kind of borrowed from things that I have done.
Sure.
That was probably the biggest change.
Nice. Super good. Heck yeah.
So we talked a little bit, John, just mentioning that you had been some other places, and you had purchased 320. How long ago was it? A couple of years now?
Closing date was May 1st of last year. So
Oh, geez, I feel like it was longer than that.
It feels like it. Yeah.
same.
Not in a bad way. I suppose for you, it's probably like, oh my goodness. Well, what was kind of that transition like? Just that, we got a bunch more stuff we'll get to, but just that, when you made the decision, when you seen it, you get into it and you sign the paperwork now to make your vision kind of come to fruition again.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think it was ever going to actually happen. I just kind of kept saying yes to everything. And there was every day after I said I think I'm going to do it to I know I'm going to do it. It was there was another hurdle of either financing or laws or whatever. Yeah. It was just every day there was something I had to do for this business that I don't know how long it took me to purchase, but it was basically since deer opener in Minnesota to May 1st. So it took that long to figure all the stuff out.
I remember the kind of the announcement of the decision to do that, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Keep going, and whatever. And it seemed like, okay, is it still happening? Is it actually? And then all of a sudden, the announcement you guys were going to be. It was a month you were closed or something like that.
Yeah. For a change of ownership, there had to be. I don't know. Government takes a while.
Okay, I was going to ask if that was a mandated kind of
specifically because it's beer and a brewery and alcohol that it.
So I started my own LLC. I didn't buy the LLC.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I couldn't just use Nick Olson's license. I had to get my own. So
okay,
so it was starting all over from square one.
100%.
Agreed to made the decision. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. So you get into that, and let's kind of take it back first. We'll go back a little bit. So when did you kind of get the? I don't know if inspiration is the right way to put it, but when you decided, you know what, I'm going to actually not just brew beer in my garage or wherever it may be, in the kitchen stove like I've done in the past, and we'll show you the picture of the mixer at some point. When did you decide, you know what, I'm going to apply at a place, I'm going to make this into a career, kind of that whole process?
Yeah. So
keep drinking, keep talking. I'm going to keep drinking.
All right. My process, I guess, was a little bit differently. I never really was a home brewer. I hung out with friends that were home brewers. And so when they were doing that, I was really interested in going out and snowboarding every winter. So I would go do that, come back in the summer. My friends would be home brewing. I would just get another Joe job or whatever. And after about 4 years of going out, snowboard instruction, then coming back to Minnesota, one of the friends that was doing home brewing brought it to one of his rich uncles for a Christmas party. And they're like, you know what? Maybe we should start a brewery. And I guess they talked to Omar at Surly of I don't know, finances, and they got really jazzed about this idea of retiring early. So basically, which didn't happen. But basically it was my friend that was home brewing, his rich uncle financed what is now known as Lynn Lake Brewery.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
And I've
been there a couple of times in the past too.
Yeah. So I just got a job there for renovation, construction, and then they're you work your ass off. You should probably clean some tanks and stuff. So I did that. It was just kind of I don't know, kind of just found me, I guess. I didn't really apply for anything.
Oh, interesting.
Sure. Nice.
Yeah.
I suppose, there's something to be had for hard work and just effort, I guess, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Cool. So Lynn Lake, and then you spent some time with, is it Dangerous Man?
Yep.
Which is really too bad. We can talk about that whole different conversation on that one. But
episode,
what was that kind of experience like then going from one brewery to another? Because you'd kind of, I don't know if grown up in that was maybe a way to be able to put it, but then transition to a whole different atmosphere and different deal.
Yeah. So the head brewer of Lynn Lake, the one that started it, Joel Carlson, taught me everything. And we were both we were actually trying to start a brewery together before I went to Dangerous Man. We were actually talking to the owners of Blue Door. We were going to start, it's called Eat Street. It's on Nicollet in Minneapolis. We were actually going to start a brewery there, but their financing fell through. So we were actually about to jump from Lynn Lake to start our own thing. And then that didn't happen. So we kind of started looking for jobs. So I got a job at Dangerous Man. He went to Fair State. And then, yeah.
Cool. And then how did you find out that 320, I guess that's a kind of an intriguing question, from my standpoint, I didn't even know that they were looking at that, but is that just something that through the grapevine or how did that come about?
I think it was the day after Dangerous Man's last day that Nick texted my old boss, the owner of Dangerous Man, Sarah, and she texted me. So I basically woke up with a pretty bad hangover and saw this text. Like, do you want to buy a brewery? I was like, I thought I was just done with this.
Okay, I guess.
I was kind of looking for a different career path.
Sure. So what did you do at Dangerous, man? Were you like the head brewmaster? Did you create beer there too, or?
Yep. So I was there for 7 years. Probably the first few, it was very much like collaborative. No one really ever had brewer title there until the last few years I held that title. Mostly because one of my friends, John Lion Gang, started 9 Mile down in Bloomington. And then they were also starting this like production area. So like I was the head brewer of Minneapolis, I guess.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
So you talk about, this person and that person and everything like that. It really is just kind of a small community, really, overall, especially in the
100%.
metro area, because there's not that many people, I suppose, to do it.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. It's for some people, like, job retention isn't as crazy as it was at Dangerous Man. I feel like everyone at Dangerous Man stayed there as long as they could. But everywhere else, it seemed like there was always changing stuff. So you meet everybody somewhere or another. Also, there's beer fests.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Brandon's talked a little bit about that. We have a friend that does some home brewing. He's not at a brewery anywhere, but we've been trying to kind of talk to him about the same kind of thing. Try to be able to get something.
Yeah, I think he actually has he won something, so a local brewery in Minnesota is putting his stuff on tap there.
Oh,
I forget the name of the brewery now, but he posted. His is Olive Street Brewing, his home brew stuff. I don't know if you ever heard of that or not, but he's got his own tappers and his own stuff.
Oh, cool.
He's won,
he wins a bunch at the state
4
fair.
or 5 first place in the state fair this year and last year, and he's won some ribbons in other states. So we're trying to get him on. We just haven't had to work the logistics out for that yet.
Sure,
to have a home brewer on.
Where's he out of?
So he lives in, is it Coon Rapids there?
I think
Anoka-ish, kind of just by 10.
Okay, cool.
Kind of up 10 a little bit. So
yeah.
He's, he likes just tinkering with it, more than anything. So
he does a good job too. So
So now you've purchased 320 and you were getting into that, and you're kind of going through that month-long process. Did you have kind of a vision of what you wanted it to look like? Did you have an idea of what you wanted the beers to be like, or is it just kind of like so Sean made a reference to like that I had a bar at one point in time, and I think for me it was I had kind of a big picture, but as soon as I signed on the dotted line, I went and I woke up with the hangover the next day after celebrating having purchased this thing or whatever. Now it's kind of like well, now what? Kind of like now I got to actually make it into something.
Right.
Like, what was kind of that transition, I guess? Before,
Yeah, so like I went there a couple times, like a few different friends up there when it was still open before I purchased it, and bounced ideas off of them of like, just like interior design stuff. And the main thing was like the lights and the ceiling and the walls, and to put some of my own stuff on there. So like all like I don't know, there's a bunch of deer skulls and plants in there, and like all that's from my house. So
nice.
yeah, and like other little things that I found. But yeah, I don't know. I stressed over about paint color a lot. So I went to like Sherman-Williams probably like every day. I was just like, get a coffee, stop in, look at different paints, and then go to work. I don't know.
And how do you balance, because obviously since it's an existing brewery, there were people that were there before.
Right.
And you kind of want to have some of those people to be able to come in, I would assume.
Yeah, 100%.
But at the same time, it's now yours with your ideas, with your kind of vision.
Right.
How do you balance? I mean, I know that there's still the Blood Orange Blonde. We still have the Porter, even though we've renamed it now.
Yeah.
We've gotten no longer a wife, the less wife.
Yeah.
But how do you kind of balance? Is it just a sales thing, or was there certain things that like, this is what I want to do and these are the less performing, or what is that kind of that process like?
When I took over, there was only like 3 or 4 beers left on tap. And so like there was like 1 keg of everything. So I think I like kept those on. And the idea was for me to just like, take over like everything. Like at Dangerous Man, we had flagships, but I don't even like flagships. I would like to just brew a different beer every time I brew. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not a production person. If I was, I would buy a bigger place. Like
sure,
the brewery is the size of this studio.
Right.
like so for when people like complain about like a flagship being out, it's like, sorry, buy me a bigger place. I don't know. Like,
right.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It just kind of like evolved. I had like the beers that I wanted to do. I know I wanted a full tap list or like to have everything full. So I just filled the spots that were open and yeah, kept on Blood Orange Blonde and did my own like light stuff. But Pontoon Cowboys was better than like they made like an East Central light. So yeah.
How's the like feedback from the community been since you've been there? Any negative stuff? Oh, you changed our brewery, because 320 was pretty well known in the area and people really liked it.
Yeah.
You had any issues with community being a pain in your butt or anything?
No, not at all. I feel like we do like a bunch of things for the community and with the community. Like, yeah, I'm trying to like throw events to get people together like all the time.
Sure.
So yeah, they've treated me well. I try to treat them well. And I have heard like the customer base has changed, but I don't know. Like, there's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, well, that's a natural evolution of business.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And when you want to be creative and brew your own stuff, like that's the reason why you're doing it. So people's will change just on what they like to drink. So,
yeah. No, and all the past employees stayed on for a while and then wished me the best when the slower time came. So I think it's been good.
Nice.
Good.
Cool.
You talked about being part of the community, and one of the notes we have here, we've talked numerous different times on the podcast about, so many different breweries come up with different ways to give back, whether it be, was it the one in Chicago that I think they, Kansas City, they created like a whole recycling deal with that.
Yeah, I was there this weekend, Boulevard Brewing.
Yeah, Boulevard. Things like that, like it seems like really the greater community tends to want to give back quite a bit. You guys do Pints for Pine. Kind of talk me through that process and what that's been like.
Yeah, so we just kind of did the exact same thing that old ownership did last year, and we didn't really see that great of like give back, I guess. And it's like, I don't know, we were given $1 from each pint to a certain organization, and the idea was that they would come there on the first Friday or first Thursday of every month and like showcase what they had going. And some are good, some are bad. Yeah, some people like had the classic, I don't like beer. So we funneled it down a lot this year, and we just picked 4 different organizations that we wanted to work with that we knew would like throw a cool event, and we knew it was going to a good cause. So that's what we did this year, and we're actually brewing a beer with them.
Cool.
So inviting them in, and then the entire length of the beer, $1 from each pint goes. So
nice. That's really cool.
Yeah. So far, the most fun one has been, I don't know if you guys have heard of Fishing for All. It's a local fishing guide, just one guy, and he'll have like part-time guys come up in the weekend, but they take people out on the St. Croix, fish or whatever, teach them how to fish, or just take them fishing if they're from out of town. But then sometimes on the weekends, they'll go down with the bus and grab kids from the city that don't ever know how to fish. And they'll bring them up here and they'll teach them how to like hook a line.
Oh, nice.
Teach them how to like, fish.
That's cool.
Cool. So yeah, he was at like, the money that we're giving to him is for that pro bono work. So he doesn't charge anything for it, obviously.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Evan, solid dude.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. One of the things I will say that I've also been very impressed with, over the course of the last, year plus, that not that there wasn't any events before, but at the same time, it does feel like you're kind of like, if you come to me with the idea of an event and it sounds fun, let's try it out.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the attitude? Because there's been some things that have, like, oh, we're going to do like the boxcar race or the create the car races.
Yeah.
And, we had the spelling bee. I think I finished third in that, by the way. I think I did pretty good. There was a lot of people there that one. So. Yeah.
The first year was like, let's create some hype. Let's just throw some stuff at the wall and see what sticks. We're just going to try this stuff. And a lot of those things like don't break the bank. Like if it's not successful, we're just paying one of our employees to like help host it or whatever. So it didn't seem like that big of a risk, I guess. And we're still coming up with the new crazy ideas. So
sure.
Yeah, some we've had to cancel just because we didn't want anyone like to not come to the tap room because they think we're there. And then there was only like a few people signed up. Like we just canceled the talent show, which I think just September, people are pretty non-committal. So
sure.
And so now you also have food there. There is the Tiki Tim's that's involved.
Yep.
And then I have also I have attended a couple of times. Now the either Burgers and Tots or the Dogs and Tots
Yeah.
events. Is that you cooking back there? Or is that,
100%, yeah.
Okay, I thought that's what I had heard, but I wasn't sure. Like, it's been a lot of fun to be able to. We'll do that. We'll grab a group and
October.
head
It's going to
over
be
there.
burgers, brats, and tots.
Brats.
nice.
Oh, there we
All
go.
right.
Love it.
I'll be there
October.
for
The
that.
Oktoberfest
Yeah.
sausage plate. There we go.
Yep.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so before I got into snowboarding, before I got into brewing, I was going to culinary school and working in restaurants. So that's kind of, I don't know, there was a kitchen back there and I was like kind of jonesing to get back there. So
Nice.
it's been fun.
That's cool. Yeah, the food's good too. When we ran through Ragnar earlier this year and had the tacos there, and they were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Really cool place to be able to go.
Yeah.
So trying to kind of go through kind of some of the list here, try to keep myself on track a little bit.
Sure.
Take me through, do you know like a lot of the history, like prior history, like the name 320 is, I'm assuming it's just a nod to the zip code or area code, not zip code. That'd be
Area code is what I'm
different
told.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then some of the other thoughts, or what is kind of your philosophy moving forward from, what it was?
Yeah, moving forward, 320. So the reason, I guess, that my former boss Sarah texted me right away was because I almost bought a brewery down in Minneapolis called Broken Clock. Well, it was not Broken Clock; it was their old location. They recently moved.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it was like kind of back in this corner and had a huge parking lot, and I was going to have like a motorcycle themed brewery, kind of with like a bunch of live music and motorcycle rallies and stuff. But that like fell through in a horrible fashion, and that was kind of right before all this, so I totally forget the question. But keeping the name 320 was like hard for me because I had this vision of like this completely other brand.
Sure.
But at the same time, I was like, well, I don't want to scare away any of the locals like coming in with like, a different type of party than they were looking for. So
the Broken Clock, is that the cooperative?
Yep.
Does that still exist in, or is that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I've only been to the one that was just north of 56 Brewing or 56 Brewing.
56? Yeah.
Just
So that
north
was their
of, like, a
old, that was
mile.
their old location. Now they're south of 56 on Marshall, like on the main drag,
Okay.
just south of where Psycho Susie's was.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm fairly familiar with, I usually remember bits and pieces from when I'm in that area.
yeah.
So we're talking about 320. We talked a little bit about some of your past brewing at those other companies, Dangerous Man and whatnot. Is there anything, lessons that you learned from those days that you're able to carry with you into your ownership of this new brewery and kind of things you wanted to execute?
Yeah, I mean, like besides just like the brewing stuff, because obviously that was like every day. But I don't know, like they really like there was a reason that they had employee retention. So kind of like taking their model and like putting the employees first, kind of thing. It's been mine, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a lot of community involvement too, but this place did before me, so I'm just kind of carrying the torch of both of those. So
Okay. Cool.
So having been a new owner of a business myself, it's always kind of an interesting question, a couple of questions to ask.
yeah,
What was probably the biggest thing that surprised you, either good or bad? Like now you've purchased it, you own it, you opened up, and now it's fully you, and this is whatever it is. Here's my idea, and well, that's not at all what I thought it was going to be.
yeah. I don't know. I guess the clientele, not for better or for worse or whatever, but when I first learned of this brewery, the brewery that I was about to create with a friend was from Rush City. So I asked, obviously, I was like, I know you're like going off and doing different things, but I'm thinking about still starting a brewery. Do you know anyone in that area? And he ran me to a friend that he went to college with. So I met up with her. She kind of like showed me around the town and like introduced me to other people. And they were all like younger than me or whatever. And so like now looking around at my like regular crowd, it's people much older than me. So yeah, I guess like maybe I should have done my research, but the age and the what people are into in Pine City was misrepresented the first few times I came to Pine City.
Oh,
Fair enough, I suppose. I suppose you get kind of an idea just on a couple meetings. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting. And then it kind of similar to that, if you could, now that you're a little more than a year in, if there's one thing that you could maybe redo right from the get-go, Is there anything that comes to your mind? Maybe an event or just anything. Maybe that color that you chose from Sherwin-Williams that I'm going to judge you on later.
Oh no, pewter green. Pewter green is great. Let's see. I'd probably start cooking food immediately. I probably would have done less time trying to like partner with people and trying to make it work, and then just like doing my own thing, finding a chef. Because I think that's like kind of the future.
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
absolutely. What's been, you said kind of the future. So you obviously you're doing well and kind of have a vision for the future. What has it been kind of like now for you with the way the industry has changed probably in the last 3-4 years? I mean, you're seeing probably more closing in the metro area than you are outstate, but at the same time, it's probably some people that you know, and Dangerous Man, one of them. Like, what's that been kind of like getting, kind of realizing what's happening, but trying to overcome that, I guess?
Yeah. I don't know. Me and Travis were just talking about this like yesterday, Travis, pizza pub guy. And he was like, I don't know, it takes like 5 years for anything from the city to get up here. So I figure I got like 3. I feel like I got 3 more. So.
Perfect.
So talking about that, the challenges that and breweries have been closing a lot lately, maybe because they're oversaturated. It's like 15 years ago, there was barely a brewery, a craft brewery. And it was like a fun, let's go to a brewery. Now they're here, here, and here. So we're seeing some losses there. And I'm curious on the business expense side of it with the past couple of years of cost of rising goods. How's that been affecting what you're able to produce and output?
I don't think it's like affecting what I can produce. It's affecting probably my way of living more than anything because I'm like the first one to fall on that sword. So
wait, hold on. So you're not just getting rich and retiring early like the guy was talking about before?
I'm living in a 5th-wheel camper right now, dude.
Has it been pretty drastic, like price increases though on the business side for all the ingredients that you need?
I mean, it's been like up and down, but since like the war in Ukraine, like everything's like kind of skyrocketed.
Made different.
Yeah. It was like, I don't know, they're the biggest producers of wheat or something like that.
Sure.
So yeah, ever since then, it was like, I just remember getting like the emails when that started of like price increase. Now everything's kind of like plateaued.
Okay.
And now everyone's like trying to give you a deal or whatever, because like all these places are closing. There's like smaller. So now all these suppliers are trying to get you a better deal.
Sure. Because
there's surplus of stuff as well.
Oh, yeah. No, when I did that New Zealand pills, like there was like a quantity minimum. And then I called about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well, whatever. Are you buying hops? Sweet,
right? So let's go. Let's get it going." So, do you get a chance? You already said you bought some hops from Malacca or a farmer out there. Are you able to get any other locally sourced ingredients? Or
I wanted to do a fresh hops beer this year because I did one when I was at Dangerous Man from a guy right across the border, not like Dresser or whatever, right past there. I think it's like Deer Valley Farms. I don't know. I partnered with him for a beer, and that turned out amazing. And I want to do that again this year, but I have not had the opportunity.
But I know somebody that's got a lot of acreage. Don't tell my father-in-law.
For hops, you say?
Just about anything. Me and my brother-in-law have been talking about, like hops and, just all the grains, like all the different stuff or whatever. Yeah. So Dean keeps wanting to do hay and stuff like that. And I'm like, hay's selling for like 10 cents a bale at this point, so it's fine.
Well, why not? You have little hops growing on your silo out there.
We got some out there. I did a beer at one point in time. Brandon did that or whatever. It's what are the 3? Cascade, Chinook, and something else that starts with a C.
Centennial?
Centennial. There we go. Nailed it. See, that's the true professional right there.
Yeah.
It's all in there.
Good. So basically I was making my own beer. So it only will fill up wet hop, maybe not quite a 5, one of those, the 30 quart totes, like the Rubbermaid totes. Sure. Might be able to get a 5-gallon batch out of it.
From the silo to the can. There you go. So when you're coming up with new recipes, is there like a research and development phase you do? Do you just make a little and try it and give it to some people to try? Or do you just, boom, it's on tap for the whole public? Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know. We pilot bashed at Lynn Lake when we were like, still building the place, but then we never used it after we opened.
Oh, nice.
So it was 10 barrels or nothing.
Sure.
So yeah, I don't know. I've never, like I said, I didn't really homebrew too much.
Sure.
And I barely pilot brewed. So like everything's kind of been like, this is the smallest brewery that I've,
Have worked in, sure,
Yeah.
or own.
Yeah.
All right, that's kind of neat. So it's an idea. Here it is. Everybody have it.
Yeah.
What is kind of that a process like? Do you take suggestions from people, or is it just what kind of you want to do, or is it like where do the ideas come from? Do you have like a suggestion box? Like,
If I did, I would never look at it. But yeah, I don't know. Inspiration comes from everywhere, right? It's like depends on what people say they like to drink. So Pontoon Cowboy, there's a brewery in Iceland called Einstock, and they make a white ale that
I've had that. Where I don't remember where you had
a
that.
pizza pub has it on tap all the time for me.
That might have been okay. That might have been it. Might have been where I had it.
Yeah. So I like that beer, but my brother-in-law really like all he'll drink is either Summer Shandy or Blue Moon. So it's like, how do I, kind of, because like I feel like he's like one of my consumers,
Sure.
And you had a shandy.
Made the shandy with the Fishing for All People.
Okay, gotcha. That's what that. Okay,
Yeah, we had that
was,
this summer when we were there for regular stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super good.
Yeah, it was
very
super good. Yeah,
Absolutely. Well, cool. Let's talk water. We talked ingredients and water being one of the biggest things.
Sure.
Being in a city, do you run into water profile issues, or do you have like a process for that, or is it just you tasted it and you're like, oh, this is going to be fantastic and it's great?
No, so all the water at the brewery is RO, so it's all stripped out through an RO filter, like triple filter process, and so that water is great. It doesn't have anything in it.
Right.
It's all stripped out, but it's delicious. And actually, I canned some water this summer, and that was selling faster than beer. It's wild. I don't know if I made any money on it, but like, it was fun.
there you go.
Whatever it takes,
Yeah.
That's the Ultra NA. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it
yeah.
is for
Yeah.
That's
the
awesome.
beer zero.
Yeah. No, so when I'm really caught up on beer right now, I probably am going to can more water, do some sparkling water and some hop water, and maybe some THC water. We'll see.
There we go.
That'd be
I feel like there's
interesting.
been more and more
A lot
that
of
have gone that direction. Is there a lot of overhead or a lot of oversight, I guess, with that, or is it kind of this similar with other beers? Just run it through the get the label through the state.
Are you talking THC?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I feel like a lot of things have changed like over the summer. I made some last winter, but it's kind of like it's such a fluctuating market that like everything's changing, including the laws. So like right now, I don't really know what's going on. So I'm going to like pause on it for a little bit. Everybody's making it. It's very saturated. So unless like it's the only exclusive thing in the brewery, there's not really much money to be made, in my opinion.
Okay. Makes sense. I feel like like I mentioned, I think I've seen it so many places now, but
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it's been in quite a few spots.
So kind of with that, talking about the THC kind of ideas for the future, do you have some ideas or some, let us peer into the future here with the crystal ball in front of you. Like maybe give us some insight. You don't have to tell us all the secrets. It's a very exclusive community.
Sure.
And they won't tell. It's fine. So what kind of ideas do you got brewing? I know. I'll see myself up.
So next year we're going to do a little bit more distribution, probably see a lot more tap handles, hopefully in the area. I don't know how far we're going to go, but that's an idea for next year. Like in the dead of winter, I'm going to try to set up some beer dinners. Me and Travis just offered up a beer dinner at this gala for A Place for You, the homeless shelter in Pine City, and it went for almost $5,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 4-course meal for 8 people. Pretty crazy. We did it last year. It was super fun. So it's kind of like a fun winter activity, kind of like combines both worlds. Also like kind of looks into the future, like you were saying, because like, yeah, I think that place, food is the future. So yeah.
So we have the cans here. In the past, I had mentioned, I think before we went on air, that I have a growler from over there, and you still fill growlers, but you're doing more cans now. You don't have a canning line.
We don't have a canning line.
Right.
We have this machine it's called October Seamers. They make seamers for all different things and sizes, and they have it so I can can 12, 16, or 19.2s in this one little machine that's about as big as this mic stand.
Okay.
So it's pretty convenient. The shelf stability is, maybe a little bit less than if you were running a canning line, but like that takes up, bigger than more room
A
than I
lot
have.
of room. Yeah.
So you mentioned like some tap handles. Is canning something you're looking at too, or is that mostly going to just stay in house?
Canning right now, so the cost of aluminum is, if you don't buy like a pallet or a truckload, you're paying a lot for cans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it is right now. Same with like labels. If you're not like buying a bunch of them, you are paying a pretty penny.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm trying to get like my cost down on cans and labels just to sell them out of the tap room before I even think about selling them to liquor store.
Would it help if I saved all of the cans of water, all the cans that I have? Would that help at all?
Can't reuse them, unfortunately.
It's worth a shot. You never really know.
So what's the annual barrel capacity of your brewery 320? How many barrels can you brew a year there?
I've been going off this number that it's a batch a week. The brewery could probably push more.
Sure. How much is a batch a week? Gallon wise or barrel size?
7 barrels.
Okay.
7 times 31 is, should probably know this.
217.
Yeah, close.
Yeah, sounds right.
Okay.
I don't know, making up numbers. Just throwing numbers out there.
Yeah.
So you're not quite maxed out though, and folk, you could probably push more. You said if you had to or wanted to.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, the problem that I run into all the time is I think I'm like 2 people when in reality I'm like 1 person.
I don't know what that's like at all.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh yeah, I can bartend that night. Well, we have you in the kitchen that night.
Oh, you're
Oh,
cooking.
yeah. Well, maybe I can bartend the morning and then hop back in the kitchen. It's like, dude, you're gonna like run yourself dry.
Well, that's a small business owner though. My wife owns a small business and it's 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
You know, it's
You never turn
ends.
it off.
Never ends.
Nope.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nope.
So is there any metrics that you watch on a P&L by month if you do your own P&L, or how many different ingredients you buy every week, or anything specific that you watch on a weekly basis or a monthly basis as far as metrics goes, numbers wise, or you just let it rip?
Last year I was having to let her rip, but this year the taproom manager I promoted to general manager, and he really likes spreadsheets and numbers and all that stuff.
Okay.
So Nick Sabacki does all that.
Oh, okay.
I like Nick. Nick's a good guy.
Yeah. But I have a very loose rule, I guess, is the bank told me that if I can match 2022 numbers, that I'm going to make it.
Perfect. So that's what we're shooting for.
So I have like a poster of that. And then if at the end of the month I come in over that, I'm like feeling pretty good about myself.
Nice.
Do we have like a thermometer in the back room somewhere?
Tensions were pretty high last week.
I bet.
Yeah. September kind of sucked until this last weekend was great.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. So, we got some other questions here, but I guess probably one of the last questions that I have, we can get into this, that, and the other thing, but I'll give you kind of a little platform, a little soapbox, if you will.
Oh, sure.
What is something that either we haven't asked or just something that you want to talk about of the brewery that people either may not know or that you just really want to get out there?
I don't know. I think from past, I don't know if what past customers have thought or whatever, but there's a lot of people I feel like in the Pine City area that haven't stopped in and checked out the new thing, or had the food, had the tacos, anything. So
They're amazing, by the way. The tots are amazing. The tacos are amazing.
Super
the dogs are
awesome.
amazing. The burgers are amazing.
Yeah.
The beers, it's beer, so it's good. It's very good. This IPA is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a conception that we're too bougie or I don't know. I just would like everyone to give it another try if they haven't been in here since I took over, because I think I win everybody over eventually. I don't know.
I like it.
Well, if nobody has tried 320 beer, just one sip of any of it should win them over.
Yeah,
I think this beer is really good. Definitely above average from most of the breweries you go to. It's super good beer.
Thank you.
It's a very good job with it.
A lot of places have good variety, but this is definitely the whole gamut of everything too. A lot of really good options.
Yes.
So I don't know if you were there the day. Well, you were there the day the beer run that you guys had done there, the brewery running series group that had come in. That was when the Frilly toothpicks had first come out.
Yeah.
Sean, I don't know if you know this story, if Amanda had told you this story, but I had come in to just kind of check on things, and I don't know what I was doing or whatever, but I had asked Krista, I'm like, do you need anything? Because I was want to try to help, because there's a group that we've done a lot of stuff with, the brewery running series, actually right there. And we were like, oh, we got to get him here to Pine City. And I'm like, I want to try to help anywhere that I can. And so she's like, well, we just have this new beer. Can you write the name on here? Because she was nervous to do that or didn't want to. She was busy or whatever it was. And I'm like, I've seen my handwriting. Absolutely not. So I had Amanda. I was like, hey, come in here. Can you write this or whatever? And she's like, absolutely. And she was like, she said she was so nervous to make sure that she wrote it cleanly enough that people could read it.
Yeah.
That she forgot to spell it right.
Yeah.
So instead of frilly toothpicks, it was frilly toothpicks.
Toothpicks.
So, but then it stayed there for like, I don't know, a couple months or something.
Oh, we left it up for that entire batch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people got to kick out that.
Like to make fun of her about that. It was kind of funny. She, rolls her eyes at me, but she does that all the time anyway. So
also the funny thing about that story is like I am severely dyslexic, so I spell things wrong all of the time. And so like I get made fun of all the time. The original batch of like flight cards, if you get a flight, you can like fill out your own things.
Mhm.
It was fight cards.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's hear. Lee and then Krista. And
It was months before anyone found out. We were just handing out fight cards.
That's excellent. I suppose that could be the next round of the next event, the main event, if you will, coming up.
Yeah, sure could be.
Sean, what else you got going on?
Well, as I was doing some digging on the local Pine City, I don't know if you knew this. I didn't know this, and I've worked in Pine City now for I don't know how many years, 6, 7 years now. But on my notes here, there's been a brewery in Pine City prior that I found out. But of course, it closed according to the good old interweb, it closed in 1915 due to Prohibition. So I didn't know
make it
that.
to that one.
I thought that was kind of interesting. So you clearly knew about it. Started in 1882, and I'm probably going to butcher the name, but Bolsmeyer Brewery in Pine City, if I'm saying that correctly. And according to this, it produced about 4,000 barrels a year. And this guy had his house right next to it and put a pipe from his house into his brewery to have beer run right into his house.
Dang.
It's a
According to the interweb.
brilliant move in my mind. That's absolutely a brilliant move.
But I don't know if that's all true, but according to the interweb, that's what came up. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it too much. I found a bunch of old photos when I took over, down in the basement,
Cool.
framed photos, and a lot of it is from probably that time in Pine City.
Oh, nice.
So there's a kids' room in the back. There's a big screen TV and a switch, and kids can just hang out and whatever. But I put a lot of those old photos up there.
Oh,
and
cool. I haven't been back in that room. I'm going to have to go back and check that out.
Yeah,
You weren't going back there to play Sorry?
No, I wasn't. Or Pine Cityopoly,
Right.
yeah.
So do you have, is that those photos you have, are they from the tap room that was in town or the actual brewery that was just a little out of town?
I've seen a couple from that brewery.
Okay.
And I think it's just a picture of a sign, and I don't know. I haven't dug too deep into it.
Sure.
But there's a bunch of photos of just old guys hanging by what looks like brewing equipment.
Sure.
I don't really know how
That's
to do
about it. Yeah. I didn't find any photos online. I was trying to search quick.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't go down the rabbit hole too far.
What if it's just a collection of pictures? That can't be the same location, would it?
No,
Wonder.
No.
More downtown or something?
Yeah.
No.
Interesting. That'd be kind of wild if it was the same place. So.
Yeah. No, that location was forget if it was an auto body place or if it was just a storage for an auto body place. But the muffler shop behind me used to own that whole lot, that whole block.
Okay.
So yeah, it used to be that, and then Pizza Pub's original location was there.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, according to this, the saloon, the Tide House Saloon, was 255 Main Street South. It was supposedly where their saloon was. If this is accurate, I have no clue, but
It was on the internet. It's got to be. It's got to be real.
everything's true.
Yeah,
on the
why would you
internet.
even question that?
Everything's super true. That was kind of neat, and I never knew it existed prior. So I'm like, oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
If you have some photos, I'm going to go back in the kid room and check it out.
Hell yeah.
I'll be like a
Absolutely.
kid back there.
Where'd Sean go? What's going on? We're out here playing trivia.
Check it out. Yeah. So I have one more question for you. Lee, anybody looking for the viewers out there, listeners out there, whomever, anybody looking to get started in brewing or owning a brewery, is there any advice you can give to them to get into the industry or how they should start, or what do you think? Because you have a different path of getting into it than
Yeah.
stories we've heard. So
Yeah, it's always been a job.
yeah.
So yeah, it's always been a job that has to work. I don't know why, but yeah. I don't know. There's been a couple people that have asked me if like they found a brewery or they wanted to start a brewery, and like I kind of like ask them all the questions and pretty much say like, should you? Like, do you really want to right now? Because like, I don't know, there's brewery closing left and right. If you want to like buy one of those for cheap, like go ahead, but like you're not going to pull money from it for a while. So got to figure that out first.
Cool. Trying to read through my notes here, but I don't know that I got much more, Sean.
No, I don't think
Sean just got back from vacation, so he's kind of fried here.
We pretty much covered everything. I went down to not at St. Louis.
Kansas City. Yeah, we were talking about St. Louis in that same trip.
So I went down there for a NASCAR race. We stopped at
Sweet.
Boulevard Brewing Company when we were down there. Went to the tap house. The tours were sold out, but I was trying to ask Andy. We did an episode on one of their beers, and I couldn't remember. I think it was the Nutcracker beer.
That sounds right.
I swear it's the Nutcracker beer for Christmas that we did, but
where was it again?
Boulevard Brewing in
where was the race?
Kansas. It was Kansas Speedway this weekend. Yeah,
right on. If you ever go back, find a place called Earthbound Brewing.
Okay.
About the size of 320, but it's like really, really old building, and they have like caves in the basement. Oh, and so like cool. They do, their tours are awesome. There's like a river down in the cave, like, and it's all like lit by these like old Edison bulbs. It's
that'll be fun.
It's awesome. Nice. Yeah. And the owners there are just like the best people. So.
All right.
You talked me into it.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll go to another race there again at some point. Sweet. I'm going to keep that in mind. Earthbound Brewing.
Yep. Tell Stuart hi for me.
All right. Absolutely. We'll do.
We'll reach out. Maybe we'll get some beer for the podcast.
Maybe he can come on the podcast.
There we go.
Maybe we can travel for once.
We'll take that when we do our. We have this plan that we're going to do a whole nationwide road show and go to all the different places we've talked about before.
Sure.
Go and meet him there. So
cool.
We haven't quite figured out the logistics of going places yet, but you know, that's fine. The cozy confines of the studio here is just great. So.
We'll get there.
Well, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot else going on. Twins fired their manager today because, obviously it was coaching that had to do with, poor performance. But
they did?
Yeah, just this afternoon. I had nothing to do with ownership or lack of spending money at all. But,
yeah,
have my own opinions about that. So, Sean, what else you got? Anything else?
I don't have anything.
All right. Lee, anything else you'd like to add at all?
I don't think so. No.
All right.
Come up for Oktoberfest. I don't know when this is gonna go out, but
couple of weeks. It'll be probably about 2 weeks.
All right. Well, then you two come up for Oktoberfest. Saturday. Get some cheap Oktoberfests in a Stein.
If nothing else, come out and have the Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
There you go.
Come look for that Oktoberfest. Yeah. And then, of course, this one too, the Juicy Pale Ale, the Mind Burst.
Yep.
I like that. This is very good. I like it. Alan, you're going to like this too.
Yeah.
Brother-in-law. I'll message him in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Tell him about that. So
I made that with Kveik yeast. I don't know if you know anything about Kveik yeast, but it's Norwegian yeast. It's technically an ale, but it ferments at like really high temperatures that can withstand it, and it puts it out like it gives it that like kind of juicy character that go along with the hops. But it wasn't Mind Burst, but I read it as Mind Burst because I'm dyslexic.
Fair enough.
So every time I was like, "Oh, if you use this I was talking to my other brewer friends, and I was like, "Oh, if you use this Mind Burst yeast, yeah," and they're like, "What are you talking about?"
It's a special yeast.
Yeah,
exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive to 320.
Yes.
Here we go. Yeah,
perfect. It's almost like being a chemist, then, really, with all the profiles of how it mixes together and different. The way it creates the flavors.
Yeah. People say it's science. I don't know.
Sure.
Fair enough.
I just read a description. I'm like, that sounds good.
I like it.
So another question just popped into my mind here because you went to culinary school.
Yeah.
Have a culinary background. Did anything from that transfer into brewing beer or any ideas, creativity coming from culinary background into?
Oh, like 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like the like natural, like trying to balance things always, and or trying to be like aggressively one way or the other. So yeah, in uses of flavors. I don't know. So when I started at Lynn Lake, I was just doing infusions and cask beer or whatever. That was like how I started. So like taking just like a base beer, like just that, and mixing it with something else to like create a whole different beer.
Okay.
So that was kind of like my like playground, I guess. Like didn't really have any restraints. I was just like go to the grocery store with a credit card and like buy some stuff to infuse with. So that's like, I don't know, that's kind of how I learned to make beer. So, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
cool.
I think a lot, actually. So,
Sure.
Nice. I like the idea of it just being kind of this is the idea we're going to have, and we're just going to do it.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah.
So very cool. Well, Lee, we appreciate you joining us.
Thank
It
you.
was a lot of fun to be able to
thanks
have
for
you over
having me.
here and be able to obviously drink the beer. That's always my favorite part of the entire thing. So, well, Sean, thanks for being here once again, and another episode in the books.
There we go.
So
320 Brewing, Pine City, Minnesota.
like, share, subscribe, all the things. Tell your friends, tell everybody about it. And until next time,
Cheers.
cheers.